Hey guys, welcome back to Blind Awakening Art by Rhonda. I'm Rhonda. I'm so glad that you're here. If you saw my last video, we were doing a bloom on a 4-inch ceramic tile. Today we're going to do another bloom. This is on a 10-inch round canvas. So what I've done already is I've sprayed the back of the canvas with a little bit of water, and that's just to tighten the canvas up so that the center doesn't droop with the weight of the paint. And I've already taped the back. I already have my pillow paint down on my canvas. So we're going to do a different color palette today, and I'm using a new bloom pouring medium recipe. So I'm going to talk about the paint colors as we go through the video, and we're going to use the blow dryer today. So I'm going to be honest with you, I am not the best with the blow dryer, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to see how it turns out, because you know, we have to show the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? The other thing I just want to mention to you guys too is that I don't have any kind of a video editing program, so you're getting all the bloopers. There's nothing cut out of these videos. I'm going to work on that. It's a little difficult for me because I can't see it on my phone to do it because of my vision loss. So I have a 15-year-old grandson who's going to help me out with some video editing here in the near future, because you know, he's 15, so he knows how to do all that stuff. Before I lost my eyesight, I was pretty techie. I had to be, because I was a realtor for 22 years and everything had gone high tech. But now I can only see the screen a little piece at a time, what I can see through my magnifying glass. So I can't see a whole screen at a time to maneuver around and find the buttons and the settings and all the different things. So it's a little bit difficult for me now, but I can paint. So, all right, here we go, you guys. So the first color that I'm going to lay down, and I'm going to tell you that most of these colors are Arteza soft body tube paints mixed with my new recipe, my new pouring medium recipe. You know, I've watched hundreds of videos. Everybody does this different, you guys. Some people measure by weight. Some people measure by ounces or kilograms. Some people just eyeball it. When it comes to paint consistency, you know, which is crucial, there's a chart that you can put a little drop of paint and then hold the piece of paper up and let the paint run down, and you know, you can see that all your paints are the same consistency. But after you've done this for a while, you know how it pours off the stick. You know if it's the right consistency or not. You know if they're all the same. So for me, for my blooms, first of all, my pillow paint is just, it's from Walmart. It's an interior white house paint semi-gloss. That's what my pillow paint is. I don't mix anything with it. It gets poured straight out of the can. So when I'm doing a bloom, that's what my pillow paint is going to be. I don't know what all of these colors are, honestly, because I mixed them several weeks ago and I didn't write on the lid what the colors were, but they are Arteza, all the paints that I have in these cups. They're Arteza soft body tube paints mixed with my bloom pouring medium. The formula that I use, my pillow paint is going to be the thickest paint on the canvas. The colors are going to be just a tiny bit thinner than my pillow paint, and my cell activator is going to be just a tiny bit thinner than the colors. So that's kind of the order that it goes in. Okay, here we go. And these are pretty thick. This paint is pretty thick that I use for blooms, you guys. And today I'm using 8 colors. I do not normally use that many colors. So there's going to be a lot of paint on this canvas, you guys. Okay, so this is just kind of a medium shade of blue. Now, the next color that I'm going to use, this is a mica powder from Black Diamond. This is also mixed with my pouring medium, my bloom pouring medium. And this one is actually called Purple Haze. I love these mica powders. They add so much interest, so much shimmer. And it's, once you've used mica powders, it's like you can't not use them. Black Diamond is really the only brand that I've tried so far, but I'm gonna try some others. Okay, here we have another Arteza. This is just kind of a medium purple, kind of a, I don't know in this brand if they call it grape jelly. I've got a couple other brands of paint, and this shade of purple is called grape jelly. So I don't remember what the Arteza name is. Doesn't really matter. Okay, next up, now these are in a bottle. This is a color that I absolutely love. This is called Peacock Metallic Pearl. Now, these are fluid paints. I don't remember what the brand is. I want to say Pouring Masters. It's an off-brand, you guys. But it has worked super well for me, so I don't have anything against that. But I have this mixed to a thicker consistency than I would typically use a fluid pouring paint because I'm using it in this bloom. I love this color. These purples and blues, oh, they have me, you guys. They have me. This is another Arteza soft body. This is just kind of a royal blue color. It might be phthalo blue. Yeah, this might be phthalo blue. It's a pretty color. You see how this kind of clings to my stick a little bit. I'll put a little bit more of this one. Okay, next up, this is another Black Diamond mica powder, and this is Ghost Blue Pearl. I know, it looks white. It looks white in the cup, but it's going to add a ghost pearl that has a blue tint to it. It is gorgeous. It adds so much to the painting. I like my micas, you guys. I can't get enough of them. It is so hot here today. The heat index is 112. The humidity is out the roof. I could barely get my gloves on just because I feel like my hands were swollen and they were sweaty. And I'm in the house, in the air conditioning. And I'm going to tell you that heat and humidity will affect your paint. It will affect your paintings because there is so much chemistry and science in this kind of art, you guys. So many factors that can affect how your painting turns out. Again, this is a fluid paint. This one is called Tropical Turquoise. I think it's also by Pouring Masters, but I've mixed it to a thicker consistency for my bloom recipes. Okay, now last but not least, we have a really dark purple. I like this dark purple color. I like the contrast that it gives. Add just a tad bit more of that. And then next up will be our cell activator. I'm going to do a double cell activator. My cell activator is Amsterdam soft body paint mixed with American Floetrol. That's it. That's all I use in my cell activator. Everybody has a different opinion. A lot of the artists that you see out there, you know, they are 100% stuck on Australian Floetrol. And it's hard to get, and it's expensive. So if you're just starting out, you know, American Floetrol is a great product. It does a great job of creating cells. And when you mix it with a really high quality, high pigment paint like Amsterdam, you're going to get cells. Make sure I don't have any goobers on the end of my paint there. Okay. Put some black down first. And I'm just gonna wipe this off here. If you keep your paints in these little squeeze bottles, you have to make sure that you wipe the tips clean, because it will get clogged up and you go to squeeze it and you think you're going to get a nice even little stream, and what you're going to get is just a big squirt blurt, and you're going to get more paint than what you expected. So put a little bit of white down in the center of this black. Now I'm going to wait a second and see if I get a halo. I'm going to move to the other side here. So my table, my puppy pool is a mess, you guys. But it is what it is. My spinning table is a mess. I use a shower cap to cover my spinner table. Buy those on Amazon. And here's the problem that I have, you guys. I can't see the bubbles in the paint just because of my vision issues. I can't see the bubbles. So even though with paint that could be flammable, you're not supposed to use any kind of torch to pop bubbles. I don't use a torch anyway, because that's not a good idea for a blind girl. I have a heat gun, so excuse the noise here for a second, but I'm going to hit this for just a second with my heat gun to hopefully pop any bubbles that might be in there. Okay, that's it. That's all it takes. Now, I have no idea what the brand is. I don't know if you guys can see this little, it's a little mini hair dryer. Typically, if I'm going to do a Dutch pour, I'm going to take and put the condenser. I'm going to put the condenser tip on here if I'm going to do a Dutch pour, so that I can blow it in a little more concentrated area and have a little more control. But today, I'm not going to use the condenser, so we're going to see what happens. I'm going to start out on a low setting with this particular one. There's a button right here for cool, and so I'm going to start on low, and I'm going to keep the button pressed for cool air. I may not have enough oomph on the low setting, and I may have to move it up to high. So bear with me here through the noise. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick my head in the way. You're not going to be able to see what's going on here probably, but I'm going to use my mouth to blow some of this out first. Okay. I might have blown too hard. Because it looks like I got an awful lot of white coming through here, which I'm not really digging, you guys. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So patience is key with these blooms. When you start to see the cells form in here in the center, you have to wait. You have to be patient. You have to let the cells form. Now, I can't see those cells unless I use my magnifying glass, so bear with me while I do that. I've got some cells, I've got some lacing going on in here. It's not really what I was hoping for this video, but there's some pretty stuff in here that I can see. Here's what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to do a little embellishment on this one. I probably shouldn't. Sometimes I get carried away with my embellishments, but I'm gonna tilt this just a little bit because I feel like it's not really centered. Okay, give me just a second here. I have another little tool that I use sometimes. I don't know, can you see that? Do I have that in front of the camera? It's basically a piece of plastic tubing, and it has this little tip on it. And so I can blow through it. It gives me a little more control than the blow dryer, and it doesn't give me the skinny little lines like just a regular straw. So we're going to give this a shot for a second here, and I'm going to see if I can blow out these edges a little bit more. sometimes I get carried away and I blow through. It's all trial and error, you guys. I just wanted to get this out a little closer to the edges. Just so that I don't have to spin it quite so hard. Get my design a little more consistent. It is drawing back on me. I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay, so I have my skewer. This is my embellishing tool. So I have to try to use my magnifying glass while I do this. So, not sure how I want to embellish this one. I'm trying to look here and see what kind of cells are popping up in the center. Okay. So I think we're just gonna do some little squirrely, curly, cute things. You have to do this with a light touch. I say that, and then I'm not doing that because you'll get hung up on the canvas. And before you start again, you want to be sure that you wipe off the end of your stick. I'm just going to take a little out of there. Take a little out of there. A little out of there. You see I just got stuck. Pull a little color into that white. Pull a little color into this white too. Whoops, my table's spinning on me. Okay, so we've created a little bit of additional interest in what was turning out to be a little bland. It didn't really do what I wanted it to do. But we'll see what this looks like when we spin it. Here we go. Whoa, that was a lot of paint. That might have been my problem. Might have had too much pillow paint. That looks pretty cool, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. It has some really cool features in it. Now that I've spun it, I really kind of like it. All those colors. I wish you could see the shimmer. Oh my gosh. From those mica powders. We're going to spin it that way one more time. I don't want to spin too much of my design off, but I can't leave too much paint on there either, because if you leave too much paint on, chances are it's going to crack when it dries, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. One more time this way. Okay, you guys. That's it for this one. I really kind of like it. Oh, there's some cool little peacock cells going on over here. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm pretty excited with this. Okay, awesome. I don't know how to get this up to the camera so that you guys can really get a close look at it. So I guess I'm gonna try to pick it up and bring it up closer so you can have a better look. Oh, this is scary. There's some cool stuff in there. Okay. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you stop in again. We're going to do some different things. You know, I'm just getting started with this YouTube channel. Locally, I'm going to be doing some paint parties, some workshops, some paint party workshops. I have a couple of vendors who want me to come and do classes, workshops there. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to kind of try to do it in phases, kind of paint pouring 101, where we do ring pours and flip cups to start out with, and then as they advance, then we'll do some more advanced classes like blooms and Dutch pours and things like that. So hopefully what I'm going to do next time is a Dutch pour. Yeah, sorry, my hairdryer didn't work out. Apparently this canvas was just a little bit on the small side to use my hairdryer. For me anyway. There's probably other people who are much more talented who could do that. But for me, this was not enough canvas for me to use a blow dryer. So, anyway, thank you again for stopping in and sharing this with me today. And I hope to see you soon. Take care.